watching NJ.ORG Varsity. And today we are in Washington Township, New Jersey, on the campus of Immaculate Heart Academy for this matchup between the IHA Blue Eagles and the Northern Valley Regional High School Golden Knights from Demarest, New Jersey, And we are just about ready to get underway for this afternoon's matchup in the Bergen County Girls Lacrosse Tournament. IHA comes into this game at 6-7. They are the number 2 seed in their bracket in this tournament, while Demarest is the number 5 seed. They are 3-9 coming into today. Pretty simple rules here. The winner moves on. The loser goes home. This Demarest squad, coached by Jennifer Eden, taking on a Blue Eagles team both teams out on the field look like they are ready to go. IHA has Gabriella Vinci ready to take the face-off against Lisa Kim for Demarest. Both teams about ready. There are 25 minutes on the clock. Just waiting on referees to start this one up. Ref checks on both goalies. Just as the sun peeks out this afternoon, providing a pretty beautiful setting for the start of today's game. Both players are set, and here we go. Loose ball immediately scooped up by Megan Lewis, the junior, the top scorer for this Demarest team, and she immediately making a beeline for the IHA net, but we get a whistle. And Lewis, who is a junior, will get a shot on net here. Nice save by Catherine Healy. And an early stop for IHA may jumpstart their offense as they bring it up. Passing it up to Maggie Zeed. Zeed in on goal. Just missed a pass there for Haley Basalina. IHA trying to recover. IHA and Demarest fighting for the ball there, or a scrum between a couple of players, one for each side. And Demarest comes up with it. Demarest moving it up. Looking for an early opportunity. No score here, just over a minute into today's game. Kaylee Conti with it. He loses it. Nice defensive play by Kelly Johnson. Getting it free, and now IHA will look to start it up. Pass just over the reach of Maggie Zeed. Still free, but IHA picks it up, and here they have another shot to score again. Christine Weber. Now shot towards the net. Score! Haley Basalina finds the twine with that shot, and IHA is on the board first this afternoon. It's 1-0 with 23:20 to go in the first half. Vasilina with her 4th goal of the season. And here comes at a good time for the Blue Eagles, allowing them to take the early 1-0 lead. Referee getting ready to restart play. And the ball between Megan Lewis and Gabriella Vinci goes to IHA. Moving it around behind the net, Christine Weber. Haley Basalina. A nice pass cut into the front of the net, but just missing the shot there was Sam Marmo. Great play by IHA there, getting Marmo an open lane to the net. She had a shot there, but couldn't put it past Perna Kimlani, the netminder for the Golden Knights. Now IHA looking once again to increase their lead. They already have a 1-0 advantage here. Pass to the front of the net. Shot, score! Annie Quinn cuts in front and scores. That is Quinn's 7th goal of the season. She has 1 goal in 7 different games this year. And it's 2-0 IHA as Demarest off to a slow start this afternoon. IHA is off and running. 22:33 to play in the first half. Yusoff up. Another free ball being knocked around and picked up by Demarest as they move up ahead. Golden Knights could really use a score here. You don't want to let IHA get too far out in front. A quick stoppage here and IHA will gain possession. Gabriella Vinci will start off with the ball. And IHA is off and running again. Annie Quinn bringing it up. Defended by Christina Futterneck. Now passing it in front to Josie Zinn. Pass to the front of the net, just off the post. Sam Marmo looking for a goal there. Couldn't get it to go. And we get another stoppage at 21:38. IHA leading early 2-0 on goals by Haley Basalina and Annie Quinn. Scrum at midfield picked up by IHA. Moving ahead, Jen Mistretta looking to go all the way, and she finds the net with that one. And it's 3-0 with 21:13 to play in the first half. IHA is off to a phenomenal start. They probably couldn't ask for a better beginning to this game. It's 3-0 already, less than 5 minutes in this afternoon. Another face-off. Demarest emerges with this one. Kaylee Conti has it, and she will look to get this Demarest offense started. They've been sluggish early, and that's what's allowed IHA to take this 3-0 lead. Demarest moving it around. Megan Lewis with it now. She is the big threat to score on this Demarest squad. 3 times this season she scored more than 5 goals in a game. She had a 9-goal game on the 29th against Westwood. Lewis still with it. Good defense, though, by IHA. Conti tried to get one towards the net there, but to no avail. Now a loose ball. Vinci almost lost it, but picks it up just before one of the Demarest players could harass her into a turnover. Now IHA moving ahead. Marmo with it now. Moving ahead quickly past Jackie Prezant. Now looking for a shot. Lost it for a second, gets it back. Shot, scores again. The 4th different player to score for IHA today. That was Sam Marmo with her 40th goal of the season. That leads the team, and it's 4-0 IHA. And the IHA Blue Eagles, less than 5 minutes into this game, have a 4-0 lead. Back to the faceoff circle. Gabriella Vinci, Megan Lewis fighting for the ball once again. Picked up by IHA. Here they come again. Marmo with it. Marmo thought about a pass to Weber, decided against it. Now moves it back out to Josie Zinn. IHA looking for another goal. Pass in front, score! Annie Quinn with her second of the game. And it is 5-0 Blue Eagles with 19:46 to play in the first half. So IHA off to a fantastic start this afternoon. Demarest struggling to get anything going so far as they trail by 5. 5 minutes and 14 seconds into the game, we get a whistle on the face-off. And the ball awarded to IHA. Moving up past just out of the reach of Maggie Zeed, picked up by Demarest. Futterneck had it. A whistle. And Demarest will maintain possession. Futterneck with it being harassed by the Blue Eagles. Still managing to maintain possession, though. And at this point, it's just as important as anything for Demarest just to have continuity, to have some time where they have the ball. And now a great check there by Sam Marmo. Totally knocked the stick out of Futterneck's hands. And that allows IHA to start their offense once again as Marmo sets it up. And Perna Kamlani, the netminder for Demarest, and the rest of their defense have certainly not been on their game so far this afternoon. Pass in front, score, Maggie Zeed with her first goal of the afternoon. And it is 6-0 IHA. And we have a timeout for Demarest, a much-needed timeout for the Golden Knights. 6-0 already. IHA leads at 18:39 in the first half. And this game is already on the fast track to getting out of hand. The Blue Eagles have come out of the gate absolutely on fire this afternoon, whereas the Golden Knights have not been able to do anything well, whether play defense or play goal or convert scoring opportunities. Everything that they've tried hasn't worked. Everything IHA done has turned to gold so far this afternoon. That's pretty much how you get to a 6-0 lead with 18:39 to go in the first half. You are watching NJ.ORG Varsity. I am Mark and Sarah calling today's game. Jay Treble is on camera this afternoon. You can follow us on Twitter at NJ.ORG Varsity or visit our Facebook account, NJ.ORG Varsity. So both teams still in the timeout. And if you're Demarest coach Jennifer Reed, you probably wish you had about 5 more minutes in this timeout, because there's no way in the amount of time that they have right now that she's going to be able to correct all the problems that her team has encountered already this afternoon and falling behind 6-0. So IHA with 6 goals so far today. Annie Quinn with a pair. Haley Bosselina, Jen Mastretta, Sam Marmo, and Maggie Zeed all with single goals. For Demarest, goal recap is pretty simple. They don't have any goals so far today. But the good thing for Demarest is that despite falling down 6-0, they have almost 2 halves, more than 1.5 halves to get back in this game. We're not even halfway through the first half of this contest, so they have plenty of time to turn this into a game again. This is very, very far from over. And if IHA can get on a run like they did, putting in the first 6 goals, Demarest can get on a roll just like that. They can put in the next 6, and just like that, you would have a tie game. Both teams out of the timeout. And another face-off. Lewis against Vinci. And Vinci wins it again. And that has been one of the biggest things that's killed Demarest so far. They've not been able to control the ball off face-offs. So they're immediately on defense. Pass in front. Vinci scores! Gabriella Vinci becomes the 6th different goal scorer for the Blue Eagles this afternoon. It is 7-0 with 18:22, and that things coming out of that timeout surely did not go the way Demarest wanted them to, as IHA immediately wins a face-off and simply puts in another goal, as if to say, we can do this all day, as the wind kicks up here in Washington Township. Vinci and Lewis will duel again. And Lewis wins that face-off. Bring it ahead, defended by Vinci. Good defense by IHA, just walling off the front of the net, not letting Lewis get a clean lane to shoot the ball. And that is Kenna Scannell in net now. That is not Catherine Healy. Lewis still with it. As I mentioned, she is the top scorer on Demarest this season. Now Kaylee Conti. Defended by IHA. 17:38 to go, 7-0. The IHA Blue Eagles lead the Demarest Golden Knights. Good defense there by Maggie Zeed and by Reagan Bosselina, not letting Conti get a clear lane to the net. Now we get a whistle. Sorry, that was Sophie Rosenweig, my mistake. 15, not 35, on the defense there for IHA. And now with the whistle, it looks like Demarest will be awarded, just invented a new word, awarded a free shot here. Alina Kim with it, didn't shoot it, just decided to try and continue the offense, and here's Megan Lewis again with it. And Demarest appears content to run their entire offense through Megan Lewis. She is their top scorer, but that makes IHA's job a lot easier when they only have to defend one player rather than 6 or 7. Defended by Josie Zinn. Lewis loses it, and here goes Sophie Rosenweig passing it up, and Haley Bosselina will set up IHA's offense. Great pass up ahead. Weber with it. Pass across. Shot, score! Annie Quinn with her 3rd of the game. And it is 8-0. And that play right there was a fantastic example of how well IHA's offenses function. They turned what looked like they turned an offensive opportunity into Demarest into an offensive opportunity for them just that quickly. Some fine passing from their own defensive zone up to the Demarest defensive zone. The players kept working. Quinn got open, and she pocketed her 3rd goal of the afternoon. And Demarest just keeps falling further and further behind. Referee setting up another face-off. Another fight for the ball. 3 Demarest players fighting for it. It's eventually picked up by Megan Lewis. Lewis bringing it up, defended by Quinn, and we get a whistle. And one thing you have to say, give credit to Demarest. Even falling behind big earlier, their bench is into the game, their other players are into the game. There isn't any sulking. There's encouragement being shouted across the field during every Demarest possession. So they have not given up on this game by a long shot. Kaylee Conti now with it, defended by Josie Zinn. I mentioned Kenna Scannell in goal for IHA. Catherine Healy is their main goaltender. Scannell saw most of her action earlier in the season in a game against Oak Knoll on 4/11. So this is a rare opportunity for her to get a lot of time in net. Fighting for position there were Conti and Zinn. Eventually we get a whistle, though. And it looks like Conti will be awarded a shot on net. Shot saved by Scannell. And if that's not evidence that nothing's going Demarest's way this afternoon, I don't know what is. And it's just like that, IHA's back at it. Marma with it, bringing it ahead. Through the IHA defense and through Perna Kimlani for another goal. Marmo's second of the afternoon. And it's 9-0. That's the second straight time that IHA has turned defense into instant offense, and a quick goal has been the result. 14:54 to play in the first half. 9-0 IHA. And I think you could say everything that Immaculate Heart Academy has done today has been immaculate. That score you could certainly refer to as immaculate. When it's a 9-0, you can't get much better than that. 14:54 to play in the first half. Another face-off. It has been Megan Lewis for Demarest and Gabriella Vinci all day for the two teams, and that is another goal for IHA. Marmo's third, her second in a row. And it's 10-0 at 14:35, and the clock is running. And that might be some form of a mercy rule. Once the team gets down 10, they have a running clock. Saw that earlier in the lacrosse season at Don Bosco Prep, their boys lacrosse team facing Bergen Catholic, and BC got such a big lead they went with a running clock for the second half. So you might be seeing the same thing here as Lewis and Vinci duel again. Right up in the air, and it's taken by Josie Zinn. Now bringing it ahead, Basilina with it. Pass in front, shot, saved by Kemlani. And that allows Jackie Prezant, a senior for Demarest, to bring the ball up and try and start something on offense for the Golden Knights. Big save there by Kemlani. And that's exactly what this Demarest team needs, just a moment where they can catch their breath. They get a big save by that from Kemlani, and now Monica Sue with it, bringing it across midfield. They get a big save from their goaltender. They can kind of reset their offense, as I said, take a breath, and start heading in the direction of IHA's goal and trying to put some pressure on Kenneth Scannell, the young goaltender for the Blue Eagles. Bringing it ahead is Sue. Sue is a junior for the Golden Knights. Lisa Kim with it. Good defense by IHA. Two players harassing her there, Emily Allen and Sophie Rosenwegens, harassing her into a turnover as the ball comes free. And Marmo will bring it ahead again. Vinci with it as the wind picks up once again. Pass in front, just wide by Christine Weber. We get a whistle, and the ball will be awarded to the Golden Knights, and Kemlani takes it near the net. And with that, play starts again. Looking for a passing option over the head of Conti. Alina Kim with it now, bring it up as Demarest maintains possession. Harassed and a foul called on Mistretta. And that will stop play and allow Demarest to set up their offense again. Kim bringing it ahead. 10-0 IHA leads as the clock ticks down towards 12 minutes to play in the first half. More than halfway finished with the first half of this game. And everything that IHA has done, it seems, has been perfect. Demarest trying to change that here as Lewis with it. Nice move there on a couple of IHA defenders as she managed to get around Emily Allen. And Josie Zinn, a whistle blown. And Demarest maintains possession. And it looks like Lewis will be awarded a free lane to the goaltender. Trying to get Demarest on the board here. Lewis, once again defended by Zinn and Allen, and loses it. Both teams fighting for it, and we get another whistle, and Demarest will be awarded possession once again. Clock continuing to run throughout these stoppages, so we do indeed have a running clock right now with the 10-point advantage that IHA currently holds. And you are watching this on NJ.ORG Varsity. I am Mark and Sarah alongside Jay Treble, our cameraman today. And we're here in Washington Township for this matchup between the Demarest Golden Knights and the IHA Blue Eagles. And matchup might not be the right word. Mismatch might be more appropriate given what the way these two teams have competed so far this afternoon. Another whistle blown as Conti was trying to cut to the net. And Conti will get the ball back. Conti in open lane towards the net. But again, just likes to pull the ball back out and start Demarest offense again. Demarest has had a few of those opportunities where the referee has given them basically a free, empty lane towards the goaltender, but they haven't taken the shot most of the time. They've just decided to take the ball back out and reset their offense. Another whistle, and Demarest will be awarded the ball again. Demarest, as I mentioned, coming into today's game at 3-9 on a 3-game losing streak. Well, IHA enters today having won their last game. They beat Morristown on Saturday, 18-14. That snapped their 3-game losing streak. And they're looking to turn that last win against Morristown into 2 in a row, and they're on track to doing that today. Monica Sue with it. Good defense by Vinci and Allen. Osu bringing it towards the net, decides against bringing it on goal. Now a shot just wide, and it goes right to Gabriella Vinci as if she knew through telepathy or ESP that ball was going to be coming that way. Nice defensive play, though, by Jackie Prezant, and that will allow Demarest to move it back ahead. Another whistle as Prezant moves into the IHA defensive zone. IHA got a little too ambitious there with that pass ahead, and Prezant was right there for the interception and ready to bring it back ahead. Golden Knights still looking for their first goal. They trail 10-0 here, and Prezant bring it ahead. IHA's defense has been almost a brick wall in front of their net. Only a couple shots at net and only one or two on the net for Demarest. IHA's defense has just been swarming today and has not let the Golden Knights get any real good opportunities, any real good shots on the net. Megan Lewis, once again the leading scorer, loses the ball, and Vinci picks it up and heads back towards Demarest's defensive zone. Quinn with it now. Tossing it ahead, fielded on a bounce by Marmo. Marmo defended by Tina Jagtiani. And a whistle. 8 minutes to play here in the first half. 10-0 IHA over Demarest. As we are here at Washington Township, New Jersey for this lacrosse matchup in the Bergen County Girls Lacrosse Tournament. IHA the number 2 seed, Demarest the 5 seed. You can certainly see today why IHA came into this game seeded higher. IHA passing it around the top of the zone. Mistretta with it. Now Nelson. Olivia Nelson to Sam Marmo. Pass to Vinci. IHA just working the ball around the offensive zone, looking for an opportunity, waiting for someone to make a cut towards the net. Remley to Vinci, just out of the reach of a Demarest defender, but IHA maintains possession nonetheless. Marmo, defended by Tina Jagtiani. Now pass, a little dangerous to Vinci, but she is able to get possession of it. And IHA seemingly in no hurry, and why should they be, up 10-0. Quinn with it. Pass front, score! Olivia Nelson with that one. And she has her first of the afternoon. And the lead just keeps growing for the Blue Eagles. It is 11-0. Another face-off set up. 6:15 to play in the first half of this game. Nice face-off win, and Jen Mistretta picks it up, and IHA moves right back into their offensive set. Basilina with it. Thought about moving in front, instead passes it, and that's a goal for Olivia Remley. 12-0. And that is Olivia Remley's first goal of the season. Her first goal probably in her IHA career. A sophomore is Remley. And it is 12-0 as IHA is just out there probably having fun right now, enjoying the all the good things that come with a 12-goal lead. And that is what they are currently ahead by with 5:18 to play in the first half. Lewis and Vinci. Lewis for Demarest, Vinci for IHA again fighting for the face-off. And it's picked up by Lisa Kim, but lost it for a second as IHA has been checking well all afternoon. And Demarest has not been able to keep consistent possession as a result of that. IHA moving it around. Basilina with it now. The winner of today's game will play Old Tapan or Saddle River. As Christine Weber scores that one. And it's 13-0 as we go under 4.5 minutes to play in the first half. And that is Christine Weber's first goal of the day, her 12th of the season. She now has an even 20 points this year, with 12 goals to go along with 8 assists. And that 13-0 score is not a misprint, and it is, the game has not been closer than that. It is 13-0, and it feels like a 13-0 game. Another face-off, and this one picked up by IHA, and that is another thing that has really led to this big lead, is all the 50-50 balls, all the ground balls, all the balls that have gone up in the air have been picked up by the Eagles. Demarest has just not been able to get possession on grounders or on face-offs, or in most situations, I guess you would say. Haley Basilina waiting behind the net, just looking for someone to pass it to. Eventually gives it up to Marmo. Excuse me, that's Olivia Remley. My mistake. 18, not 16. Pass in front. We get a whistle as Olivia Nelson looked ready to score her second goal of the day. But she'll be awarded a free shot at the netminder here and at the goal. Nelson already with 1 goal this afternoon, looking for number 2, as IHA leads this one 13-0. Waiting for the whistle, there it is. Score! And Nelson tallies her second goal, both of the day and of the season, and it is 14-0. The Blue Eagles now leading by a pair of touchdowns this afternoon. 2:20 to play in the first half. And at Demarest at this point, you wonder if, well, the goal probably has shifted from winning the game to just trying to make the score look respectable at the end. Jen Mastretta taking the face-off there, not Gabriella Vinci, but IHA wins it regardless. Sophie Rosenweig tossing it ahead to Haley Basilina. Basilina scored the first goal of the day for IHA, and there's one for Jen Mastretta. Mastretta's second of the afternoon. IHA's goals so far today read 3 for Annie Quinn and 3 for Sam Marmo. A pair for Olivia Nelson and for Jen Mastretta, and single goals for Haley Basilina, Maggie Zeed, Olivia Remley, and Christine Weber. And we get a timeout with 1:38 to play. The clock does not continue to run during the timeout. That and injuries are the 2 points of time where they will stop the clock for the rest of the game. But other than that, we will be finishing the game with a running clock. The second half of this game will run continuously. There will not be stoppages for a ball going out of bounds or for a goal or for a foul. That clock will just keep running as IHA leads this one 15-0 with 98 seconds to play in the first half this afternoon. You are watching NJ.ORG Varsity. And we thank you for tuning in. Thank you for spending your time with us. We are here in Washington Township, New Jersey, as the IHA Blue Eagles are taking it to the North Valley Regional High School Golden Knights who made the trip out here from Demarest. And nothing has gone right for the Golden Knights, suffices to say, and the score certainly indicative of that. Whether it's been Kenneth Scannell making saves in goal for the Eagles, or 50-50 balls just not going their way, or seeing the ball just roll out of their stick and get picked up by IHA. This has been all Blue Eagles this afternoon. And Jennifer Eden, the Demarest coach, has to be scratching her head right now as to what she can do to try and help inspire her team. Once again, Mistretta going against Megan Lewis here in the face-off circle, and it's picked up by IHA again. That is Josie Zinn bringing it ahead. Pass dropped and picked up by Remley. And that right there is a big difference between these two teams. When a Demarest player drops the ball, there are 3 or 4 IHA players right there to pick it up. When an IHA player drops the ball, she seems to have all the time in the world to get her composure and get the ball back and get the offense started back in their normal progression. There's another goal there for IHA. It is 16-0 with about a minute to play. IHA scored the first 5 goals of the game before 5 minutes were off the clock. And the game has not been close since. The clock still running. As you mentioned, the running clock, and does not stop for anything. Lewis almost won the face-off, now looks to pick it up, and she does. 30 seconds to play in the first half. And every time a Demarest player gets the ball, especially in IHA's defensive zone, there are 2 or 3 players all over her, either blocking her path to the net or trying to check her and harass her and trying to get her to lose the ball. Lewis fighting towards the net, just misses. And IHA picks it up. 10 seconds to play in the half, but IHA does seem to be content with this lead, 16-0. And now, though, Olivia Remley just seems to connect to run out the clock, and there should have been the buzzer. There's no time on the clock, and there goes the buzzer. A few seconds too late, but no harm, no foul, as IHA was unable to increase their lead there. So we are through the first half of today's game, and the IHA Blue Eagles all over the Demarest Golden Knights. The score is 16-0 here on NJ.ORG Varsity. And we will be back with you in just a few moments for the second half of today's game on NJ.ORG Varsity.